Let's look at the even funnier cheetah. As a cheetah, although he's not impressive, he is really very round. But this doesn't affect his status on the African savanna. But it will affect. To secure a foothold on the savanna, the four-legged cheetah formed a blood oath alliance, creating an extremely powerful force. The so-called blood oath alliance means going hunting together and waiting to feast together. What's going on? Help! Oh no, a brother is in trouble. Let's go check it out. Get up. Sis-in-law, don't look back, I'm your brother. I beg you, please let me go. Bao Bao says I can let you go. But only in your next life. Soon the alliance's fame spread across the savannah, and they were named the Savannah Four. Meaning the leaders of the kill mat style in the savannah. As workers too big to catch the big ones, too small to catch the small ones, finally catching something only to have it snatched by the boss halfway. Just like you at work. So the cheetah set its sights on the cat meat even dogs would disdain. And the cat could never imagine how it got targeted despite being so unappetizing. Facing the cheetah's invasion, the cats unanimously agreed, running won't solve the problem. But walking away quickly means no problem to solve. To take down all the cats at once, the cheetah chose a strategic encirclement. One cheetah blocks the escape route, while the other three guard the cat's lair. Determined to wipe out the cats, under the cover of the main force, the cats prepared to move their cubs to a safe place first. As the saying goes, the most dangerous place is. Get up, we'll talk after waking up. Has slipped away. At the same time, another cheetah was guarding the cat's only path, expecting an exciting hunt. However, due to the other cheetah's negligence, the cat army had already gathered, and the cheetah itself was now targeted by the cat army. With a single command, blowing the economic wheel hammer, Wang Lei charged toward Bao Bao, determined to take Bao Bao down. Oh crap. Hearing the distress signal from a companion, the cheetah rushed to the scene. Big brother, are you okay? Looking at his useless brother, Bao Bao was furious, and couldn't help but start yelling. Like someone's incompetent rage, haha. To prevent her husband from cheating, she kicked her husband's balls to pieces. A nearby Bigfoot sheep saw this, and came up with a great idea, to find someone else's partner. Speaking of partners, he pretended to casually approach his good brother. After adjusting the angle, just a slight lift of the foot, and his brother's brother was gone. Crotch kick is every adult Bigfoot sheep's most effective way to eliminate rivals, because it often achieves a one-hit knockout. Crotch kick is also known as the lineage-ending kick. Every guy who's been kicked knows. This act is not only hateful but also laughable, so when there's nothing else to do, always keep an eye on your little brother. Never let him be exposed to the elements, lest he be targeted by thieves, leading to a life sentence for yourself. But for some people, being kicked or not makes no difference. Little brother, you're suffering because of your master. Ha ha ha. Bigfoot goat saw how effective a groin kick was, and fell in love with this efficient and useful solution. In just 2.5 months, his good brothers, all fell at his hands. The famous physicist Aristotle once said, "If you were the only man in the world, Even without a car or a house, you'd still be loved by all the women in the world. Speaking of cars, I don't have much to say lately. Hahaha, Bigfoot goat acts this way only because his wife was taken away. The reason behind it dates back to 2.5 years ago. Bigfoot goat, who had just come of age, fell in love with Xiao Fang, who was yet to be married, thinking their love would last forever. He didn't expect another Bigfoot goat to appear, wanting the same thing as him. Hey, what's up? Dare to compete with me in talking big? So the two goats were ready to fight on the spot. Oh, sorry. We hit it off so well. Couldn't help ourselves. Let's warm up first. Next comes the real battle between men. Ahahaha, in the end, the protagonist suffered a concussion from an ancient technique and had to helplessly withdraw from the competition. The winner gained the right to mate with Xiao Fang, while the loser gained the right to pull up his pants. In the end, his first love turned into a secret crush, and under the double blow of mental and physical defeat, he became a bomb disposal expert. A fish that swims into water drowns. "10 years of practicing, no one cares." One move makes the lungfish famous for breathing with lungs. Hence it's called a lungfish. You also breathe with lungs, so what should you be called? A useless person, haha. As the only fish that can drown, it must surface to breathe within 7 seconds. Because if it exceeds 7 seconds, it will forget to breathe and drown. A famous 5-star general once said, if a man can't even last 7 seconds, he must be a useless person. The brother of a monogamous fish. Useless person if you have such a friend. Don't tag them, because no tagging means no harm. You'd never imagine. When the dry season comes, the river will gradually dry up. This makes the lungfish overjoyed. Finally, no need to worry about drowning. Of course, too dry isn't good either. To avoid being dried into fish jerky, the lungfish decides before the riverbed completely dries, to dig a burrow and keep it moist with its own saliva. Then it can sleep soundly, waiting for the rainy season to return. Local indigenous people say, you may never wait that long. The indigenous people dig up mud blocks from the riverbed and make them into mud bricks. The lungfish sleeping in the mud naturally gets sealed inside the mud bricks. The lungfish corpse can't believe it even if you poke its toes. It didn't become food, but instead became building material. Five years later, a massive rain falls in Africa. The mud bricks start to loosen. The useless fish finally regains freedom. 5 years. Do you know how I survived these 5 years? Do you know? In the end, the useless fish, under the cover of night, sneaks back into the river. The next day, the river spreads the story of the lungfish and affectionately calls it the six-eyed lungfish. You want to ask me why I call him six-eyed flying fish? Well, I can only tell you to blame Liang Jingru. With the arrival of the rainy season, the water level reaches its peak again, and the flying fish must surface to breathe air. The black hand dares to show its head. The crown whale head says it has no other skills. But catching lungfish has never failed. But it often misses its mouth. In the end, the lungfish's story will become mere rumors. After watching the flying fish, going to your house for dinner. Brother Kuan's net worth is 200, ha ha ha. Even if there's a bright moon in a foreign land, it can't compare to a single lamp at home. With the Spring Festival approaching, millions of cool guys drive home for the new year. Some without money, some without a partner, of course, and some with neither money nor a partner. For single dogs, the most important thing about going home for the new year isn't celebrating, but seizing the chance to go on blind dates. Just like someone Our protagonist Steve is no exception. On the first day back home, he was rushed by his parents to go on a blind date. Though it wasn't his first time, it also wasn't his first time making up for it. Luckily, there was an emperor penguin nearby to ask for directions. Though Steve was slightly less charming than the emperor penguin, he couldn't lose his momentum when asking for directions. Before he could even speak, he was ruthlessly rejected. Steve was angry but didn't dare to lose his temper. To regain his pride, Steve found a 1-year-old penguin baby. "Bro, do you know how to roll?" Before he could finish, he was beaten up by the penguin baby. "You can kill but not humiliate." In a fit of rage, Steve rolled out in anger. "Forget it, better leave this place of trouble quickly, lest he be seen by acquaintances, ha ha ha." When Steve arrived at the blind date location, it was already crowded with penguins. Compared to other penguins, Steve had a big advantage being a college student, but also disadvantages, like no looks, no talent, no savings, no car, no stop at, no house. So annoying, ugh. That hurts, ha ha ha. Soon the penguin girls started arriving. To attract the girls' attention, the penguins began showing off their talents. Some were singing, some were dancing, and some were wailing like ghosts. Unfortunately, the one wailing like a ghost was the protagonist. At that moment, a girl slowly approached him. But after hearing Steve's unique voice, she left without looking back. No worries, there's still a chance. Then a stunningly attractive penguin girl approached Steve. It seemed they both felt a spark for each other. "Do you have a car?" "No, then what's there to talk about?" It was at that moment Steve realized, without strength you don't deserve love. So Steve secretly vowed to make something of himself. But for now, he needed to ask his parents for money to pay off his Huabei. Ha ha ha.